Yes, we're back. Took a little longer than I thought it would.
You can scream and shout with all your might.
Simply because one of the disadvantages of the internet is
Dig in your heels and hold on tight.
instant messaging. I got online and ran to my friend Donut and had to jab
Either
her.
you are wrong or I am right.
And don't forget the ever-present, the most likely third possibility: you are wrong and I am right. I also have another fresh Newcastle brown ale in my hand. I decided maybe it's a good idea I should always drink beer while I'm recording Stating the Obvious. Because that way if I say something stupid, I can always use the fact that I was drunk as an excuse. Because after all, this is a valid excuse. I mean, Senator Kennedy did murder Mary Jo Kopechne by driving off a bridge into a river with her in the car and then abandoning her instead of trying to save her and pull her out. And he was able to get away with it because he was drunk. So apparently, I mean, if drinking alcohol is a legitimate excuse to murder people, then you should bet your ass that drinking alcohol should be a legitimate excuse for saying stupid things. Oh wait, I never say anything stupid. Why? Because I am always right. Always have been, always will be, and always am. Welcome to Stating the Obvious. I am, of course, Skippy. Stating the Obvious brought to you by the Cynical Libertarian Society. In the control room, the lovely, the adorable, the Republican Randi. I forgot to mention in the last one that you are a evil, smelly little Republican, didn't I? Damn, I hate when I forget things. Isn't it still the same day? It is still the same day. It's still the 9th of October. Wait, is it October? It is October. I can't believe it's October already. Okay, it's a good thing that it ended when it did. The last issue of Stating the Obvious. I'm still working on catching up with some things. I jumped ahead, read ahead. We are slightly prepared. I was able to compile a few things that go together. Listen to this. This is great. This is once again the Democrats admitting, without realizing that they're admitting it, what their actual agenda is. I read from this op-ed piece by somebody named Kevin. His name is Kevin Foskin. I almost said Kevin Foreskin. Kevin Foskin. Because the estate tax encourages charitable giving by making donations I put the pause in the wrong place. Let me start this again. So you have to put the comma in your reading where the comma is in the actual writing. Yes, thank you. Because the estate tax encourages charitable giving by making donations exempt, repeal of the estate tax could cut charitable giving by more than $10 billion per year. Does indeed reveal much about the generosity of the rich, don't you think? That's not really a sentence, that last one, but that's what he wrote. So here again we have the Democrats admitting what he... Oh no, I'm not going to translate that. I was about to explain what he's saying if you're too stupid to figure it out. What we have here is the Democrats admitting that the purpose of the estate tax is to manipulate people into donating to charities in order to avoid paying taxes. And what the Democrats are too dumb to realize is that what they're admitting here is that they are using the tax code to attempt to manipulate people's behavior, which of course is what the tax code is for, and of course Republicans do exactly the same thing. And I'm sure the Republicans have slipped up and admitted it also. I just haven't actually caught that yet. I just always find it... I always find it interesting when these people are so dumb that they actually confess that they're attempting to manipulate people via the tax codes. Yeah. Well, but I mean, it's true. This is why our tax code is so complicated, because by creating all these bizarre loopholes. I mean, if you make a loophole, that says you get a tax break if you, donate to MoveOn.org, the purpose of this is to get people to donate to MoveOn.org. The purpose of the purpose of the tax breaks, the loopholes, all these other things in the tax code are to manipulate people into doing the things you get a tax break for. That's the whole point of the tax breaks. That's why people like myself are in favor of a flat tax. But of course, Democrats and Republicans aren't. Because they enjoy having that power. On the subject of power, listen to this. How many bottles of Coors does it take to get a hangover? Just one if you're Ross Hopkins of Milken. The Denver Post reported that Hopkins was fired from his job at a Budweiser distributing plant after the company president's son-in-law saw him publicly sipping a Coors at a Greeley bar 2 years ago. Now, talk about corporate America out of control. Those of you who know me know that I am a supporter of the free market. But there's a point where things get out of control. When you work for Budweiser... Wait, he worked for Budweiser? Yeah, he worked for Budweiser. When your man works for Budweiser, he was seen drinking a Coors beer, and so he gets fired? Do I seriously need to explain to anybody out there what the fuck is wrong with this? Good. I hope not. If you don't see, if you're out there, you're listening to this, and you don't see what's wrong with that, take a gun, stick it in your mouth, pull the trigger, and fucking kill yourself. I know. I'm feeling a little hostile today. You know, it's not just so much that I'm feeling hostile, it's just I'm getting tired of having to explain. I realize that... yeah. That's what I was about to say. Randi is pointing out that the title of this program is stating the obvious. Yes, it is. This is true. But, you know, there's a point where I get tired of stating things that are so incredibly fucking obvious that even the stupidest people out there, even you, should be able to figure these things out. What's this? ID spree. Although Democrats, along with many major environmental and human rights groups in the nations and a slew of faith-based and labor organizations stand opposed to the bill, Republicans in the House of Representatives attached it to a massive... Why am I reading this? Why do I have this outline? Oh! National ID card. Why do I have this? Never mind. We already have a national ID card. I just talked about this. Your driver's license is your national ID card, that and your social security card. What is this? Delay. Oh, this is... yeah. Again, we have another example here of... I'm picking on Democrats a lot lately. I need to find... Oh, wait, I forgot. There are no Republicans in the media, so there isn't really... Well, there's Fox News. This is a article from the Seattle Weekly. This is the danger we face, the desire by Republicans to establish permanent one-party rule. Delay is what that rule looks like, arrogant, corrupt, and ruthless. For years, Democrats have been trying to sound the alarm on delay's tactics only to have their complaints dismissed as so much partisan bickering. It's not. Republicans are governing in a way that is very different from how the Democrats ruled when they had the White House and Congress. Certainly, the danger of arrogance and corruption is present when any one party has most of the power. But what Republicans are doing is far more intentional. Unlike Democrats, they have a clear governing philosophy, and it doesn't leave room for consultation. Now, this is before all of this stuff with delay erupted. This is actually quite old. This is from May of 2005. Yeah, I know. I'm just now getting around to May of 2005. Get over it. As I've said before, this is not a current events show here. The thing about this that kills me... I mean, all right, I agree that, you know, the Republicans are dangerous little cocksuckers, and I agree that delay is a nasty little cocksucker. All politicians are nasty little cocksuckers. But what's hilarious here is this quote. But what Republicans are doing is far more intentional. Unlike Democrats, they have a clear governing philosophy, and it doesn't leave room for consultation. The Republicans, unlike Democrats, have a clear governing philosophy. Let that sink in for just a moment, folks. Once again, we have the mainstream media, which wanted us so desperately to elect, what was that loser's name? John Kerry. The mainstream media, which so desperately wanted us to elect John Kerry, has, yet again, admitted that, in fact, the Democrats don't have a fucking clue what they're doing. The Democrats, by the admission of this person, Geoff Parrish, if your name is Geoff, you know you have problems. Geoff Parrish, in the Seattle Weekly, is admitting that the Democrats do not have a clear governing philosophy. And yet the Democrats desperately wanted us to give them power in the last election. Now, of course, on the other hand, this could be a good thing, because the last thing we need in this country, as far as political power goes, is anybody who has a clear governing philosophy about how they're going to take away our freedom. Perhaps this is why I often maintain that electing Democrats is a good thing, because the Democrats are so clueless that they don't get anything done. Democratic president and a Democratic president and a Republican Congress have been shown to, in the last, I forget how back it goes, I think the study I saw went back to Nixon. It's been shown that when you have a Republican Congress and a Democratic president, we spend the least amount of money. Elect Democrats, they're so clueless, they can't fuck things up. I wish. They still fuck things up. Alright, what is this? I really want, let's see, No, I don't care about this. Let's see. Here's somebody pointing out that women didn't gain the right to vote until Republicans took power. Not sure if that's a good thing or not. We'll get a... Don't worry, Randy, if you think that's pissing off the feminazis, wait till we get what I'm gonna... Wait till we get to what I'm going to be talking about next. That's all going in the trash. What do I have here? This is some whining. Let me read this one, maybe. Yeah, this is good. This is some little whiny bitch named Lisa from Fort Collins. She's writing in a letter to the Bullhorn here. Again, this is going to give us a little snapshot into the liberal mind. In response to the letters regarding the Bullhorn's coverage of immigration, statements such as "our quality of life" and "billions it is costing the American taxpayer" are symptomatic of scarcity. Scarcity is fear-based, which in turn is ignorance-based. Now remember, let's take a look. Let's stop and look at this first paragraph. Scarcity is fear-based. All these bad things people are saying, like our quality of life and the billions it's costing the American taxpayer, these things are symptomatic of scarcity. So see, scarcity is a bad thing. Fear that our borders aren't safe. Fear that the dark, non-English speaking illegals are making our communities more crime-prone. Fear that we won't have enough education, enough health care, enough welfare rolls, and enough prison accommodations for ourselves. Robbing us of our way of life, taking what is ours, really. I think the typical American is here illegally. Didn't the Europeans rob the American Indians of their way and quality of life? No, Lisa, we didn't rob them of it. We killed them, we raped their women, we murdered their children, and we took it. Oh wait, that is robbing. Damn. Of course, here's the thing. Lisa being a white person, I don't notice her giving anything back to these people. I mean, Lisa, anytime you want to give everything you own back to some American Indians and go the fuck back to Europe, nobody's stopping you. Lisa continues her whining. Here are the real questions that should be considered. What does it cost the rest of the world for us to maintain our quality of life? Indigenous peoples all over the world are being forced into poverty. What is the cost to our What is the cost to our environment globally? Our insatiable appetite for carbon-based fuels will tap out our U.S. reservoirs dry by 2010 or 2011. So Lisa is now apparently an expert on how long the reservoirs are going to last. Alright, genetic engineering seeds are cross-pollinating continents away, creating a huge, irresponsible footprint on the environment. Cost doesn't just equate to the federal dollar. There are far more important measurements of expense and value. It's just that we have been less conditioned to ignore them. It's just that we have been conditioned to ignore them. I believe that if you are a tax-paying citizen in the United States, you have control over how your money is spent. I'd be willing to surmise that a better chunk of our federal tax dollars is put towards the war than towards feeding babies of Mexican mothers. Our quality of life is at the expense of others. Illegal immigration is a reminder of the mass devastation we are causing globally by maintaining our quality of life. So we are destroying the world globally, and that is why people are attempting to immigrate here illegally. Not sure what she thinks the connection there is. Unfortunately, she doesn't explain herself. Scarcity is fear-based. Let's go back to this. Scarcity is fear-based, which in turn is ignorance-based. She then says, our quality of life is at an expense to others. Now, if our quality of life comes at an expense to others, doesn't that by definition mean we are taking something away? She's saying that we're taking something from them that they can't be replaced, right? Now, isn't that a scarcity mentality? And doesn't Lisa say in her opening paragraph that scarcity is fear-based, which in turn is ignorance-based? So in other words, Lisa is so fucking stupid, like most of you out there, that she's making an argument and then turning around and invalidating her own argument by saying that she is a ignorant, fear-based, stupid bitch. Beer. Now, I'm looking for the other line that made me stop and almost laugh. Where is it? Here it is. It is believed that if you are a tax-paying citizen in the United States, you have control over how your tax money is spent. I don't know who believes that. Lisa, if you believe that, you are an idiot. We have no control over how our tax money is spent because the politicians do what the hell they want to do. If you haven't figured that one out by now, that's part of the problem, is that people like Lisa are still walking around under this delusion that they actually have some kind of control over the government. None of us have control over the government. The government does what the hell it wants. We're supposed to have control over the government because the Founding Fathers gave us a limited and divided government. The Founding Fathers gave us free speech in order to talk about what had to be done. And the Founding Fathers gave us the right to own guns, explicitly stated in the Constitution, so that when the government got out of hand, we could do what has to be done. Fortunately, the liberals, with a lot of help from the Republicans, the conservatives, whatever we want to call them this week, the assholes and the other assholes, thanks to the assholes and the other assholes, we still have the free speech part, but talking about things, as I have pointed out, which is what liberals do the most, doesn't actually solve any problems. Nobody has the nutsacks to pick up a gun and kill the bastards. And being as we've let the government run amok and do away with the division of powers, allowing such things to happen as presidents to send troops to other countries in wars which have not been declared by Congress. Even though the Constitution clearly states that only Congress can declare wars. When we look at these situations, you have to realize that the reason the government's out of control, doing what it wants, is because the people have not maintained control, because the people are a bunch of pussies who are content to stand out on a street corner with a stupid fucking placard going, I hate George Bush. Well, whip-de-doo. You may hate George Bush, but I notice you're still paying your fucking taxes with which George Bush is committing more troops and more supplies and more money to this war that you claim to be so fucking opposed to. And of course, if you were, just as I have said a million times, if you fucking liberals really cared about homeless people, there would be no homeless people. If all of you fucking liberals out there who claim to be against the war actually just stopped putting bumper stickers on your cars and stopped sending emails to your friends and writing in your blogs and actually did something about it, there would be no fucking war, would there? But you are a bunch of goddamned cowards. Yes, I did use the C word. Cowards. A liberal coward, as if there were any other kind of liberal. On the subject of cowards, we now come to a three-banger. This is going to be a long one. How far into this? We're only 20 minutes. Good. April the 21st, around here, they have a thing called Take Back the Night. It's where a bunch of feminazis get together and pretend that if they bang on drums and talk nasty about men and march down the street, that suddenly rape is going to mysteriously vanish because they have taken back the night. Now, as I have maintained for a long time, the best way for women to prevent rape is to take a self-defense course and buy a gun. However, liberals and feminazis are highly opposed to this because the last thing we want is for the uppity little women to become self-reliant, because as long as the women need to rely on other people like the police and the government and the feminazis and the Democrats to protect them from the evil men, these women will continue to mindlessly vote Democrat, and this is one of the Democrats' sources of power. There's going to be... oh, jeez. No, I'm just looking at how much I've got to handle here. The first one... I'm sorry, folks. I'm going to laugh a lot during this one, so you might as well get used to it. This is so pathetic. This is a piece entitled Calling All Men. Calling All Men what? I don't know. By Ryan Barone. I am proud to be a man, but that has not always been true. I only have a couple of jokes about that one. Nope, let it slide. Letting it slide. Growing up, I had the privilege of not thinking about my gender until I reached high school. Okay, I have to cut. This is going to take a while because I may have to comment a lot. I had the privilege of not thinking about my gender until... See, who are these people that sit around and think about their gender? And why is this so important that the biggest thing in your life is to sit around and think about your gender? What kind of fucking losers are you people who have to think about your gender? Your gender is there. I mean, if you fucking think about it or not, you've still got your gender. I could play sports, play in the dirt, and bake a cake without judgment. This is so funny. This guy is a CSU graduate. I mean, this is what passes for education. I was never told I could not do something because I am a man. Ryan, you being a man is seriously in question. Male? Maybe. A man? I think we're going to find out you're not. I'm never going to get through this. We're going to be here for a long time at this rate. Control. Alright, here we go. I came to realize being a man enabled me to live my life without constantly thinking of my gender. You know, some people, you figure out that E equals MC square. Some people figure out how to do open heart surgery. Some people make great philosophical discoveries about the nature of the human mind. This man's this boy's great contribution to the world was that he figured out, he realized that he could live his life without constantly thinking of his gender. Thank you, CSU, for giving us the leaders of the future. Okay. I know, I haven't even made it. I read like, what, 6 sentences? Whew, and it's taken 20 minutes. Okay, I'm seriously going to try to do this. I walk at night without much fear of sexual assault. He's got some fear of sexual assault. Because, one of those militant, rabid homosexuals might get him. Because, Ryan is so hot. He's so attractive that you homos just can't keep your hands off. I mean, what does that mean? Without much fear of sexual assault? I mean, seriously, who is he saying is going to assault him? A woman? So is he insulting women? Is he saying that women sexually assault people? Or is he saying that he's going to be sexually assaulted by a man? And if a man were to sexually assault another man, wouldn't that make that man either homosexual or bisexual, or at the very least a man with bisexual inclinations? And if you are any of those things, doesn't that make you a minority? And then, isn't Ryan actually accusing minorities? Remember, this is liberal speak. Isn't Ryan therefore actually accusing minorities of being sexual deviants? He has insulted the gay, lesbian, transsexual, bisexual population here by even making that remark. Where the fuck are the feminazis? Where are the sexual orientation elitists? Why isn't he being attacked for this slur against bisexual and homosexual men? Simple, because he's a femisimp. As a femisimp, you can be an idiot and get away with it. Because nobody, except of course those of us here at the Cynical Libertarian Society, have the spine or the testicles to call you on it. Oh, thank you! By the way, now that I'm pissing everybody off, the email address, if you want to tell me what an idiot I am, and embarrass yourself, because all you can do is call me names, and you don't have anything substantial or any form of evidence to toss in my direction to contradict anything that I ever say. The email address, if you want to write to me and embarrass yourself, is sto@204eastsouth.com. Alright, where am I? And when I get my car fixed, I do not have to worry about someone taking advantage of me. Now this shows he hasn't been around, because I'm a man and I've had people try to take advantage of me when I fix my car. They don't assume you don't know about cars because you're a woman. They assume you don't know about cars because if you're taking your car to them to fix it, obviously you don't know anything. That is not, and that's definitely a stereotype there. I've had mechanics try to fuck me over more than once. This realization caused some healthy guilt. And now I am eager to utilize my influence to help make significant systematic change. Exactly, here we have the admission of what liberalism is all about. I feel guilty because I have testicles and I have white skin, and so now I'm going to punish everybody I can possibly punish because of my guilt. Instead of standing around and feeling guilty, why don't you just pull your head out of your ass? I challenge other men to embrace the power they have to make change, but to do so within the context of feminism. So men are supposed to embrace their power to make change in the context of sitting around and whining about how powerless they are? I mean, isn't that the basis of political feminism? Is to whine about how you're oppressed because you're a woman, how auto mechanics take advantage of you because you're a woman, because you're going to get raped because you're a woman, because you're powerless to prevent any of these things because the evil white man is keeping you down. The entire perspective of political feminism is that women are powerless little dolls that can't do anything for themselves and have to run to rich white men for protection. In the context of feminism, you can't make any changes, because in the context of feminism, women are all weak and powerless. Why don't all decent men and women call themselves feminist? I'm going to leave that one alone. Feminism is a loaded term in our society that alienates men and women alike. Gosh, I can't figure out why. Why do you think that is, Ryan? I want to urge people, men specifically, to identify and embrace being feminist. I wouldn't embrace a feminist, much less embrace being feminist. In my view, now see, here we go. In other words, he's saying, in my opinion, What's about to happen now is that Ryan is going to tell you his opinion and expect that you should have to agree with his opinion, because remember, in liberalism, freedom of speech means that when a liberal says something and you don't agree with it, you must be silenced. Here we go. Here we're going to engage in some freedom of thought and speech from a liberal. In my view, feminism is working to end sexism and create gender equality, socially, politically, and organizationally. I don't have the hour I need to go into this one, but I've said this before and I'll say this again. Anytime women want to be equal to men, I'm totally in favor of that. Anytime women want to be required to register for the draft, I'm in favor. Anytime women want to have the same right to an abortion that man has, I'm in favor of that. Anytime women want to be forced to pay child support, just like men are forced to pay child support, I am totally in favor of that. Anytime women want to... How do I phrase this one? If a man accuses a woman of sexual harassment, they laugh at the man. If a woman accuses a man of sexual harassment, they take her seriously. Anytime women want to be laughed at, because whenever they accuse someone of sexual harassment, I am totally in favor of that. Anytime you women want to give up all the special privileges you have in our society, all the special treatment you get, and be equal to men, I am completely in favor of that. I am 100% in support of that idea. It is linked to eradicating gender violence, which would benefit all people. Gender violence is a men's issue, as we perpetrate the vast majority of sexual assault and other gender violence. So men perpetrate the vast majority of sexual assault. So apparently there is a vast minority of gender assault that's not perpetrated by men. I wonder who's perpetrating it. Women? But see, it's okay because it's a vast unvast minority. I don't know. As men, we are socialized to submit to rigid roles that encourage suppression of our emotions. No one likes to be put in a box and told to conform. Thus, I challenge all men to actively work against strong societal messages. You mean like societal message like be a pussy and a femicide? Our gender socialization may result in violence because we are told to bottle our feelings, and that suppression can manifest itself in physical and emotional abuse of others, typically women. Alright. Now here it's fairly hard to disagree with him. It's true, men are taught to bottle their emotions, and it's true, some men are pussies and they can't handle it, and they can't figure out appropriate ways to outlet their emotions, like playing sports or playing computer games or doing push-ups or working out at the gym or some kind of hobby or something, whatever. And yeah, and you know, for those of you out there who are stupid, and I know that's most of you, don't see, this is you know, Randy, this is the aspect of stating the obvious that's so sad, is that I do have to tell people the obvious shit. Alright, look, I am not in favor of raping women. And I know many of you think that. That's because you're stupid. And I am not in favor of mistreating women, and I'm not in favor of hitting women. What I am in favor of is some common sense. You know, the idea that the whole basis here, the whole take back night and the thing, the take back the night, this is why this shit pisses me off. Take back the night is this idea that if you sit around and talk about your feelings and then walk down the street, rape is going to vanish. No, that's not how you make rape go away. You make rape go away by taking people who are rapists and shooting them in the fucking head. As usual, liberalism tells us that we solve our problems by talking about them. And I tell you that we solve our problems by doing something about them. This is the philosophical difference and the problem that I have with these people. Aside from the fact that these people are engaging in huge gender stereotyping, that these people are engaging in name-calling, and of course they're telling me that I can't stereotype and I can't name-call, but it's okay for them. This is true. There are men out there who are pieces of shit. There are men out there who hit women. There are men out there who don't know how to control their emotions and don't know how to control their anger. And what can I tell you? These people are pieces of shit. I mean, I think I've already mentioned that back when I said that these men are pieces of shit. The problem is, do we solve the problem of these men being pieces of shit by writing stupid little columns in the newspaper and by walking down the street and taking back the night? No, we don't. In fact, what was it, like 2 or 3 years ago, on the very night they did take back the night, there was a woman raped. So, you know, that was really effective, wasn't it? Wow, you really... Ooh, excuse me, folks. That was really effective. The same night you're taking back the night, marching your little feminazi asses down the street, a woman gets raped. Right here in Fort Collins. And they're still clueless. They don't understand that they're sad little protesting, sign-carrying, whiny asses. You're not solving a problem. We're going to talk more about solving problems later, when I get to it. Not in this episode, it's later on. Alright. It's hard to be unemotional. And feminist ideals of gender equality are a way for us to let our guard down, thus allowing ourselves to be real and comfortable with our feelings. Now, you know, if you're so screwed up you just can't be comfortable with your feelings, that sounds like a personal problem. I challenge men to call out unhealthy behavior in the form of sexism when we see it, to continually conduct inventories of our actions and analyze our behaviors critically in an attempt to break ourselves free from rigid gender roles. Take Back the Night events at Colorado State University on April 21st to share and learn from other people. I hate when liberals say the word share. We're going to share. To share and learn from other people and to show our support for ending violence against women. See, we're going to show our support. We're going to show our support for ending violence against women. We're not going to do anything that's actually substantial because we don't know what to do. We're not going to do anything to end violence, but we're going to show our support for ending violence. Liberals can't tell the difference between showing support and actually doing so. We're going to show our support. Mentor, teach, and empower the young men in our lives to be active change agents against suffocating and dangerous gender roles. I ask women to support the men in your lives who are change agents. I acknowledge that I am indebted to the strong women in my own life who helped me challenge an oppressive society and free myself from the confines of patriarchy. Dude, I'm telling you, man, you are not going to get laid with shit like this. See, women No woman will ever fuck a man who says something like this. And you'll notice, this is somewhat off topic, but you'll notice that these women talk about, but who do the women fuck? The women fuck the men who treat them like shit. Guy I went to school with, Clint, he told me one time, this was many years ago, he said, you know, the harder you hit a bitch, the more she loves you. And at the time, I said, Clint, you are fucking insane. No woman wants to be hit. What is wrong with you? Now, years later, I realize it's true. I know so many women, their boyfriends, husbands, whatever, treat them like shit, physically and psychologically, and those women just love them. Oh, they think they're so wonderful. You know, and these women rationalize this shit. They'll sit there and they'll say things like, oh, well, it's my fault because I don't love him enough. If I could just love him more, he would stop hitting me. And I look at these women, I want to say, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's not hitting you because you don't love him enough. He's hitting you because he's a piece of shit. You don't need to love him more. You need to take a 2x4 and bash his fucking brains out, because any man who smacks a woman around is a goddamn pussy. See, again, this is the difference between me and Ryan. Ryan, when confronted with a man who smacks around a woman, wants to talk about their feelings. He says to the man, oh, you hit your wife. Let's talk about your feelings. Let's overcome gender stereotypes. Oh, let's sing Kumbaya. When I see a man who smacks around a woman, I want to take a 2x4 and beat his fucking head in. I don't want to talk about his goddamn feelings. He's a piece of shit. Which part of piece of shit are you people too fucking stupid to understand? Where am I in this thing? The confines of patriarchy. Oh my God. I'm going to say this one more time. If us white men ruled the world like you people think we do, those of you who think we rule the world would not be alive. Okay? Trust me on this. I'm a white man. If I ruled the world, I would kill most of you. If I ruled the world, the only women left alive would be the good-looking ones, and they would be forced to wear bikinis all the time. All ugly women would be dead. You people out there may think I'm fucking joking. I am serious like a fucking heart attack. Why are you people so fucking dumb? If men ruled the world, do you really think we'd have shit like sexual harassment? Do you really think some stupid bitch would be able to walk into an office and say, this man looked at me for more than 3 seconds, I feel sexually harassed, and that man would get fired? Do you fucking stupid people truly think that if evil white men like me ruled the world would be the way it is? No. If I ruled the fucking world, I would right now have 3 women in here. One would be tickling my ass, one would be sucking my dick, the other one would be bringing me another beer. And they'd all be naked. Alright? Men do not rule the fucking world. It's evidenced by the fact that you people are alive. I'm so sick of this shit, men rule the fucking world. Patriarchal societies and all this other. Fuck you. Another swig of the beer. Here we go. Men and women can work together by being answerable to each other in our quest for ending sexism. I'm going to let that slide. Gender equality in a movement best engaged... What? Oh, sorry. Gender equality is a movement best engaged collectively while simultaneously respecting the sacred space of each gender. I'm going to let that slide too. I am proud to be a man. You are not a man, Ryan. I am proud to be a man because I can help reform rigid gender roles. I believe we could use more virtuous men, and we can all be feminist, actively working for change. Now, we have some follow-ups to this, because a week after this, we got an article, an op-ed piece from Karen Watt. And after that, there's another piece the week after that from Karen Watt. Now, I'm not going to read all of these. I'm going to read a few of the paragraphs, though. Karen is... Let's see, I'm scanning this real quick. She is somehow associated with Take Back the Night. It does. I don't see exactly what her role is. Okay, here we go. Karen's column. I had a strange dream last night, more of a nightmare actually. I dreamt that I was hanging out at my friend's house when suddenly it became clear to me that our intentions towards each other were different. He was trying to sit closer and closer, putting on the moves. I would move further away, but hey, this was a friend and I didn't want to hurt his feelings by saying anything direct, right? And anyway, doesn't he know I'm gay? This is every woman's fantasy. Why? This is a serious question. I want you women answers. Why do you women think that every man alive wants to have sex with you? Here's a news flash. You're not that hot, okay? This is just sheer arrogance and egotisticalism on the part of so many women. When a man's, okay, you're walking down the street, man sees you and says, hey, what's up? He doesn't want to fuck you. Maybe he's just trying to be friendly. Maybe he's just nice. What is this thing you women have that you think any man who sits close to you or says hi to you or wants to fuck, and like, doesn't he know I'm gay? Now wait, isn't one of the whole ideas of liberalism, I happen to agree with this, mind you, that what your gender orientation your gender orientation? What the hell am I talking about? Your sexual orientation isn't necessarily other people's business. So saying, doesn't he know I'm gay? What, is it supposed to be obvious? So are you saying that all gay women are like flaming bull dyke lesbians and that anyone who knows you should be able to figure out that you're obviously gay? Isn't that stereotyping? Get over yourselves, women. Not everybody on earth wants to fuck you. Okay? I'm serious about this. She continues, I awoke in typical nightmare fashion, in a cold sweat, with a pounding heart. Unlike with a lot of nightmares, I could not dismiss it as just a dream. I am lucky to have never been in this sort of situation in waking life, but what I've described is a typical acquaintance rape setup that affects thousands of women in our community and most of the women in my circle of friends. All right, first of all, this indicates that you have a fucked up circle of friends. If most of your friends have been raped, then you're hanging out with a lot of people who need some psychological help. Second of all, acquaintance rape. You know something? If you're raped, I don't even know where to start with this one. This takes us right back to what I said. Women, the entire purpose of all this shit is to keep women spineless. If you're a woman, you're sitting on the couch with somebody who's a friend of yours that you've known for a couple of months or whatever, you're good for, and this person starts putting the moves on you. First of all, if you can't just say, hey, look, don't put the moves on me, I'm just friends. I mean, then how much of a friend can this person be? Oh, I don't want to offend them. And why do women have this attitude of, oh, look at me, I'm weak, and I'm a pussy, and I don't want to say anything to offend my friends? The reason women have this attitude is because stupid feminazi bitches like Karen Watt continue to tell women, oh, you are powerless, oh, you can't do anything about it except march in our little Take Back the Night rally and donate money to our cause. You can't actually speak up for yourself. You can't actually defend yourself. Well, you can't do any of those things because you're a weak, powerless little woman, and you need to vote Democrat because, oh, only the Democrats can protect you from the evil, white, rich Republicans who want to take you out and rape you and force you to have babies and take away your right to an abortion. If you're a woman and you're sitting on the couch next to your friend and your friend tries to grab your tit, you punch the motherfucker in the face, you stand up, and when he gets up, you kick him in the fucking nuts. You don't sit there and just let it happen because, oh, I'm a poor new helpless woman, and I'm waiting for a rich white Democrat from Congress to come and protect me by making another law. I can't actually defend myself because Karen Watt and the little Take Back the Night feminazi said so. I'm weak, I'm powerless, I'm spineless, oh. Fuck, and you women want to be equal. You women, if some man tries to rape me, I'm going to kick him in the fucking nuts. Alright, women are equal. If a man tries to rape you, kick him in the fucking nuts. I mean, it's not like this is the rapist in the middle of the night with the knife. We're not talking about that scenario. We're talking about date rape. We're talking about you're sitting on the couch next to your friend and your friend grabs your tit. If you can't defend yourself in that situation, you got problems. A lot worse than being raped by your friend. You got psychological shit going on. And granted, most of the psychological shit in your mind has been put there by society and dumb fucks like Karen Watt and the Liberal Party and all this other shit. But you need to work on overcoming this crap. Stop being weak. Stop being spineless. Stop being a pussy. I continue with the column. All the classical components of sexual assault are there. A woman alone with someone who is a nice guy. First of all, this whole concept of nice guys. I know I'm interrupting. Stop flipping me off, Randy. This whole concept of the nice guy, that's something you women came up with, okay? You come up and ask a man, is so-and-so a nice guy? A man will look at you like you're a fucking idiot. Okay, so don't say, he's a nice guy. You women are the ones who define shit like that. All the classic components of sexual assault are there. A woman alone with someone who is a nice guy. A man used to getting what he wants. I think I just discussed how we men don't get what we want, so I'm not going to go there again. A woman who might ordinarily be independent and strong. What? Acculturated to be polite and accommodating, even as all her internal alarms are sounding. In other words, brainwashed into being a pussy, brainwashed into being spineless, brainwashed into waiting for somebody else like the police or the rich white man from Congress to come and defend her. And how did she get that way? She got that way, Karen, because fucked up people like you told her to be that way. And alright, no, it's true. No, it's true. We men, Men are very, very, very much responsible for this also. We also tell women, be weak, be spineless, be the perfect little wife, clean the house, bring your man another beer. We don't, I'm putting the blame where the blame goes. Yes, the feminazis are part of the problem in teaching women to be spineless little pussies. So is the media, so is God knows advertising is fucking women up. The movies, men themselves, people, and not just men raising their daughters, but women raising their daughters too, tell them the same bullshit. This is true. I'll give you this one. Our society, virtually every element of our society tells women, be weak, be spineless, be a pussy. But you know what? That doesn't mean women have to do it. Okay? I can walk up to women and say, get down on your knees and suck my dick. You know how many of them will do it? 0. You're a woman, when you see some bullshit on the TV or something like this and it's telling you be weak, just ignore it. Remember, one of the things that's supposed to differentiate humans from animals is that we're intelligent. We can analyze things and make decisions. So fucking do it. Do a little analyzing, make some goddamn decisions. When somebody tells you, oh, just let the man have what he wants, say no. It's not that fucking hard, alright? Think for your goddamn selves for once. I lost my place. Your internal alarms are sounding. A man seeing in the situation... Oh, this is some strange writing. A man seeing in the situation what he wants to see. A woman taught not to ask or demand what she needs. A man conflating sex and power. Oh, that happens. I'll give you that. A woman resisting with every cell of her being, but afraid that being direct might escalate the situation from friendly to overtly violent. Okay, if you're resisting with every cell, but you're then never mind. A man with all the power, a woman living in fear. Here we go again. We must make the women be afraid. Holy crap! Are you serious? Are we out of time? What makes this scenario in my dream typical is not that a woman allowed herself to get into a situation she should have known could be dangerous. No, we're going over. Instead, what makes date rape sickeningly prevalent is that it is usually an interaction between two people who are playing out the roles exactly as they have been taught by culture and society. Men are to be strong, aggressive, take charge, perpetrators. Women are to be weaker, submissive, all about finding a man, victims. Although feminism teaches us differently. No, it doesn't. This whole article right here is about feminism, and what has it told us so far? It's told us that men are evil rapists and that women are too spineless to help themselves. And if you look at any piece of feminist literature, it will tell you the same thing, that men are taking advantage of women. And they all say, oh, women must unite, women must fight back, all this shit. But all of them start from the basis that women are weak and spineless and helpless, and that men are all rapist pigs who are going to take advantage of them. This is exactly... These stereotypes, these gender stereotypes, are exactly what feminist politics teaches us. Op-ed piece number 2, also by Karen White. Last week I wrote about the nightmare of acquaintance rape and why it is so much a part of our culture. Adherence to rigid and detrimental gender roles. This renders obsolete the notion that victims deserve it or are asking for it in some way, which I'm sure we are all now Of which I'm sure we... What? This is not a sentence. Does this newspaper have an editor? This is not a sentence. Here's the point. This renders obsolete the notion that victims deserve it or are asking for it. Again, this ties right... Now, women... Now, alright. I know I got to explain this one. The difference between deserving something and being responsible. Now, how do you explain this to people who are too stupid to inherently understand it? The feminazis would have us believe that if a woman walks into... I'm trying to think of a real-world example here. I'm trying to think of things that I've actually read about or seen whatever happening. This is one where, the chick in the skimpy clothes goes into a frat house full of drunk frat boys and gets raped. Okay, feminazis would have us believe that a girl walking into a frat house wearing skimpy clothes with 30 drunk frat boys in there bears no responsibility for what happens to her. Now, there's the fine line here between deserving and responsibility. She made a bad judgment call. That's the first thing the feminazis will not acknowledge. Folks, she made a bad fucking call. She made a bad decision. Because she made a bad decision, does she deserve to be raped? No. But she could try taking a little responsibility for the bad decision. See, feminazis, like most liberals, are the type who don't believe in responsibility. These are people who believe that, say for instance, you were to jump out of an airplane without a parachute, that somehow or another you deserve for gravity, instead of pulling you down to the earth and killing you, to allow you to fall gently and feather-like to the ground, because you have no responsibility for anything you've done. These are people who think that a woman should be able to walk naked into a room full of drunk men, and that nothing should happen to her, because the laws of physics should just change, and the testosterone should fall out of their bodies. Women need to be responsible for their actions. This is not an excuse for men who take advantage of the women. But the point here is that you've got to be careful. I mean, if you walk through a crime-ridden neighborhood carrying $10,000 in cash and flashing it around, you can't be surprised when somebody takes it. Here's a classic example. We're talking real-world shit. I'm tired of making things up. Here's a classic example. My mother, somewhere, I don't know where this was, once met a person who told my mother, it was a she. This person, we'll call her Kimmy. Kimmy told my mother she'd been in prison. My mother, of course, when going into a room, will always find the most worthless scumbag person to make friends with them. So my mother makes friends with Kimmy. My mother brings Kimmy back to my mother's house. Yeah, that was right. I had to think about that a minute. My mother brings Kimmy back to my mother's house, shows Kimmy where her expensive jewelry is, and then leaves the house and leaves Kimmy there alone. Now, what do you think happened next? Kimmy stole my mother's expensive jewelry. Now, my mother is, of course, for those of you who don't know this, my mother is about as liberal fucking Democrat as you can get. Did my mother deserve that? Maybe not. Did my mother have any responsibility anywhere in this? Well, yes, she did. See, most normal people would know that if you meet somebody who is a criminal, you don't take a criminal to your house, show them your jewelry, and then leave them in your house alone while you go away. And this is exactly the approach feminazis take. Feminazis think you should be able to put yourself in a situation where it's fairly obvious to anybody with any degree of common sense that you're going to get assaulted or raped or taken advantage of or something else, and that you should have no responsibility whatsoever, because you should just be able to do anything you want to do. You should be able to walk right up to an alligator and pat it on the nose, and you shouldn't have to worry about the alligator biting you, even though that's the nature of the alligator, because you should just be able to do anything you want without having to worry about ever being responsible for anything. Why? Well, because you have a vagina, and because all the evil white men in the world have been taking advantage of you for so long that you're just entitled to do whatever you want with no repercussions. And you're not. You've got to take a little responsibility for your actions. This doesn't excuse a man who rapes you. All right? This is not a fucking excuse for some low-life cocksucking, let's face it, non-pussy getting money, because if the only way you can get pussy is to rape a woman, you're sad. And yeah, a lot of rape from what I mean, all right, look, I have never raped a woman, so I don't really know. This is what I love about liberals too, the way liberals know everything. All right, I don't really know from experience what intellectually and emotionally would motivate a man to rape another woman, because I've never raped to rape another woman, to rape a woman, because I've never raped a woman, so I can't really say for a fact. Ryan seems to know a lot about it. I wonder how many women he's raped. No, Ryan's still a virgin, never mind. I don't know from any kind of experience what actually motivates a man to rape a woman, but I suspect a lot of it is sexual frustration from being a fucking loser. So I'm not saying that, I'm not excusing the behavior of these fucking losers. All I'm saying is that women need to participate. Notice how liberals always talk about working together. All I'm saying is women need to work together and take some of the responsibility for having put themselves in such and such situation. I am not excusing the rapist. And of course, unlike the fucking liberals, I wouldn't send the rapist off to treatment and then turn them back loose on society either. As I think I might have mentioned already, I'd shoot him in the fucking head. It amazes me, all this crap, liberals would be more than happy to kill a baby who's like 7 minutes away from being born, but they don't want to give the death penalty to a rapist. Because of course, dare I say this, if women didn't get raped, then the feminazis and the Democrats wouldn't be able to use that as a way to keep women stupid and weak and mindless and under control. If Democrats couldn't threaten women with, well, if you don't vote Democrat, you're going to get raped by evil, rich, white Republicans, then Democrats might not I can't talk. Then I'm getting too worked up. Then Democrats might not get reelected. As with almost everything politicians do, and yes, the Republicans are doing the same thing. War on terror is their version of all of this. If you don't reelect George Bush, the terrorists are going to come attack us. Yeah, right, wake me up. Yeah, if you don't elect Democrats, evil men are going to rape you. Only Democrats can protect you. All of this is just fear used to manipulate and control women. Karen continues, it's easy to blame the media, but only because it is so true. 1 in 10 mainstream movies contain rape scenes. Now this is one of those statistics that how you even attempt to verify this, I don't know, because first we got to have a definition of mainstream movies. But let's cut straight to the chase on this one. Let's pretend that it's true, which is fine. 1 in 10 mainstream movies contain rape scenes. First of all, you don't have to watch the shit. Second of all, the reason the people who make movies keep making shitty movies is because people like Karen keep going to see the fucking things. As long as these movies, which treat women like shit and have rape scenes and bad words on, so they'll continue to make money, people are going to keep making it. And whose fault is it that these things keep making money? Well, it's you fucking stupid people who go see the shit. See, this is a market-driven thing here. It's not like the government is forcing you to go see these movies with these rape scenes. Karen continues a bit further down here. Transgender folks experience ridicule, confusing looks, questions like, are you a boy or a girl, and harassment from bureaucracy obsessed with checking either the M or F box. What are you escalates on up to beatings, rapes, and murders. This is one of those things that, first of all, I wonder what she's talking about, because in Fort Collins, I don't think we have a whole lot of people who fit in this category. Yeah, being an evil white man myself, and having lived in Houston, I can tell you that I personally couldn't care less about... See, I shouldn't say that, couldn't, because this is... In libertarian speak, I couldn't care less about people who are transgender or whatever, and I don't say that to marginalize them. I say that in the sense that I couldn't care less because it's their business and not mine. Having lived in Houston for 3 years, I've seen many a transgender people, and I've never had a problem with it. I haven't seen any transgender people here in Fort Collins, or if there are, then they're really good at being transgender, because normally I can spot one pretty easily a mile away, and if there's any here, I ain't spotted them, so they're doing a hell of a good job. She does make an excellent point. And see, this is the beauty of being me. This is why I'm always right, because I will give credit where credit is due. She does make an excellent point about the bureaucracy obsessed with checking either the male or the female box. If you're filling out a government form, I mean, does it really matter? I mean, let's think about this. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's stop for a minute and let's try thinking about something. I know this will be strange and alien to many of you out there, but let's take a fucking shot at it. Let's think about this for a minute. This is great, because I've never thought about this before. Thank you, Karen. No, seriously, thank you, Karen. This is good. Let's think about this for a fucking minute. When you go to get a driver's license, you have to put on there male or female, right? What fucking difference does it matter? I'm serious. Think about this for a fucking minute. You're getting a driver's license, and now, alright, now in reality it's a national ID card. But let's pretend for a moment that a driver's license is what the government tells you it is. It's a permit that shows you have the necessary training and skills and knowledge to pilot an automobile. Alright, let's pretend that's what it is. How does what kind of sexual organ you have actually pertain to your ability to drive a car? And let's leave aside, I could do it, but no, we're fucking being serious here. Let's leave aside all jokes about women can't drive and shit. Let's be totally fucking serious. Let's think. For once in your sad little pathetic fucking lives, let's think. What does the sex organ between your legs have to do with driving a fucking car? That's what I thought. You don't have a fucking good answer, do you? Why is this so critical? Think about that. Karen's got a good fucking point here. Think about it, people. She continues. So why do we have two different kinds of gendered violence? Rape, which is... Oh, God. No, I'm trying not to puke. So we have two different kinds of gendered violence. See, just when Karen actually said something intelligent, she fucks it up. So we have two different kinds of gender violence. Rape, which is usually male on female, and violence against transgendered people, which often involves sexual assault. The commonality is the perpetrator, a man needing to prove he is a man. See, notice how women are completely incapable of gender violence. Women never ever commit gender violence. No lesbian has ever hit another lesbian. No woman has ever hit a man. No woman has ever committed any gender violence. Isn't that stereotyping? Isn't making the assumption that no woman has ever done something because of her gender, isn't that pretty much the definition of sexism? What's the difference between saying no woman can drive a car and saying no woman has ever committed gender violence? Aren't both of these unrealistic stereotypes based on a person's gender? Isn't that sexism? Isn't that the fucking definition of sex? Isn't that what this little cunt claims she's trying to prevent when she's out there doing her little Take Back the Night rally and marching around going, hey, hey, ho, ho, men have got to go, or whatever the fuck they chant? I wouldn't know. But it's okay, right? It's okay. When you're a woman, it's okay to stereotype. It's okay to be racist. It's okay to be sexist. It's okay to be stupid, because that's what our society teaches women to do, to be stupid, to be weak, to be helpless. And Karen thinks she's fighting against this, and she's not. She's merely helping to continue the whole cycle of telling women, you're too stupid to defend yourself. You need to vote Democrat because only Democrats can save you. Because the evil Republicans are going to rape you and put you on baby farms and take away your right to an abortion. And all men are rapists and all men are beaters and all sexual assault is committed by men because those women are so pure and wonderful and pristine. And blah, 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 fucking blah. Randy, play the music.
It's just another